Hey everybody, movie reviewer next door here, and I'm gonna say this isn't gonna be another good one because I just saw High Heat, a film from 2022 starring Olga Kurylenko, Don Johnson, Caitlin Doubleday, and Diamond Dallas Page. Now, this is a film about this woman, Olga Kurylenko's character, who now owns a restaurant with her older husband, played by Don Johnson. And that day she gets a call that kind of freaks her out, and then later you find out that her husband owes some money to the mob, which presumably, they never specifically outright say it, but I'm guessing it's the money that they used to start the restaurant. And she thought he got it legitimately. And then the mobsters are coming to pay, to make them give up the money or burn down the restaurant for the insurance money. So, you find out that, this isn't a spoiler, this is in the summary, but Anna, Olga Kurylenko's character, is a former KGB operative. So she uses her wits, her weapons, her fists, whatever, in order to basically protect her restaurant and protect her husband as well. So I did not know anything about this movie going into it other than Olga Kurylenko and Don Johnson starring in it. It is directed by Zach Golden. He's directed one other film called The Escape of Prisoner 614. Stars Ron Perlman, Martin Starr, Jake McDorman. I might check it out. Given how much I liked this one has a 2.6 out of 5 on Letterboxd, and on IMDb it has a 4.7. It does not deserve that. I understand people immediately when they see a direct-to-video action movie, they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna hate it automatically. And the people that say that those people don't exist, you're wrong. There are people that go into movies wanting to hate them, and then that changes their opinion of it, especially if you go into a movie expecting trash or expecting I feel like most people don't go into these movies expecting the right thing. If you go into this expecting an art film or an avant-garde masterpiece in my words, then you're gonna be horrifically bored. But if you go in expecting what this is, an action comedy, then I think you'll have a fun time. I really liked it. I gave it a 9 out of 10 on Letterboxd. And, yeah, I'm gonna say why. I'm gonna first go through the actors. Olga Kurylenko does a great job. I had no issue with her. There have been films in the past where her accent does get a bit in the way of understanding her. I understood her perfectly fine this time, even though she is still playing a Russian, even though she's Ukrainian. Wait. Yeah, she is Ukrainian. Yeah. And it's so funny to me. But yeah, she does a great job. She actually does a lot of her own stunts, which she also did in a film called Momentum. Let me just real quick talk about how much I like Olga Kurylenko. Because I've seen her in Hitman, which I thought she was funny and a fun character in Hitman. I didn't mind her bits in Max Payne. I know a lot of people hate that movie. I know it's popular to hate that film. I didn't mind it, really. November Man, that was one issue I had with November Man, because the main plot between Pierce Brosnan and Luke Bracey bored me to tears, and whenever Olga Kurylenko's plot came in, I was so much more interested by it. It was the best part of the film for me. So I'm surprised she hasn't tried to do another thing like that. Erased, with Aaron Eckhart, she's wasted in that film. She's so wasted, and she doesn't really get to do much. The Courier, I own that film. I didn't mind it. I thought it was pretty decent. Yes, there was some bad CG, but Olga still kicked ass. And Momentum, directed by Stephen Campanelli, who was a cinematographer for Clint Eastwood. Pretty gorgeous looking film in many parts. And Olga Kurylenko did a lot of her stunts there. And Assassin Next Door, I really liked that as a drama type of film. And White Elephant, like, she's been in so many damn movies. But yeah, White Elephant was a fun, even though that was one of the later Bruce Willis movies. Bruce Willis was barely in it, but the cast surrounding him, Michael Rooker, Olga Kurylenko, was like that driving force it needed, and it really had the action because of Jesse V. Johnson as the director. But I'm going off track. I love Olga Kurylenko as an actress. Sorry about the autofocusing, I know it can be annoying. But Olga Kurylenko is an actress that I really want to see more out of. I really want people to, well, if you like her, keep liking her. That's what I'm saying. Don Johnson was fun. He was fine. I do wish he got a bit more to do. He does get to kill some people, which is nice. Caitlin Doubleday is Mimi, a like old friend from the old friend from the KGB of Anna's. She was fun. She was very funny, actually. I've never seen her in a film before. Apparently, she was in Catch Me If You Can, the movie that I just watched. Like, the last movie I just watched, so I don't remember her being in it. But, oh, where is he? Whatever. Diamond Dallas Page as the villain. He was fine. Nothing stood out as very bad about his acting or amazing, so he worked for the role. But yeah, the positives of the film. This film looks very good. It looks very good cinematography-wise. The only bits that look a bit direct-to-video-esque are the dialogue scenes, which the dialogue scenes never bored me, actually. A lot of people are like, oh, I'm just suffering through the dialogue scenes to get to the action. This isn't one of those movies. The dialogue was fun. It was snappy. Given the short run time, you kind of had to have it that way, but I still gave a shit about the characters when they were put in danger. The fight scenes are a lot of fun. They're well choreographed, not too over choreographed to the point where it feels like nothing is realistic. Characters do get hurt. Main characters do get hurt. Sorry about that. Main characters do get hurt, and the fighting for the most part is just a lot of fun. It's nothing groundbreaking, and I know a lot of people will be like, oh, it's not groundbreaking, so it's not good. No, not everything has to be groundbreaking. An action movie can just be an action movie. I liked the rapport between Olga Kurylenko and Don Johnson's characters. I liked that they're not like just brushing off the fact that he basically sold out the business to the mob in order to get money for the business and didn't have the money to pay it back. You do still feel like the effects of that. You can feel that there's a rift between them, and I liked that they didn't just brush it off. The comedy, very well done for the most part. Yes, there are some jokes that don't land. That happens in every comedy. No comedy just has all great jokes. Well, for me, Overboard. I love Overboard to death. And I don't have an issue with any of the jokes in that, so might have been a little bit of a white lie. But I liked the fast pace. It's only 84 minutes, with the credits 77 minutes maybe. And I usually get mad about that, but it's mostly with movies where it feels like nothing happened in the short run time, or it feels like it's stretched out. This film does not feel stretched out. Just real quick checking his other film. His other film's 97 minutes, so I'm guessing this was just this was filmed, I guess, during COVID, of course. And there is a list in the credits about a COVID organizer or something, so maybe they had to keep it short, or they didn't have the time to shoot it to be longer. But if they did have the time to shoot it to be longer, the things I would add, I would definitely add more scenes between Caitlin Doubleday and Chris Diamantopoulos. I really liked their witty banter between each other, as like former assassins that now are kind of living a stale marriage, and he's never taken the initiative. Um, and they're just kind of just bitching at each other. I liked that they worked on that throughout the film. I do wish there was like just maybe one extra scene with them. I do like this film focuses on the side characters. It focuses on their issues and all that. And I liked that it built up everything so that I actually cared what happened at the end. If I have to say any cons, I didn't care for can't think of his name. Whatever. The like Diamond Dallas Page's son is the villain for the first bit of it. I wasn't a fan of his acting really. It seemed like he was taking it a bit in a weird direction. It felt like he was in a Guy Ritchie movie. And though this film is going for action comedy, it does feel a bit odd when he's going like full Guy Ritchie. He does feel like a Guy Ritchie character, or someone trying to be a Guy Ritchie character. I wasn't a fan of him really. I do wish there was a bit more build up with the villain. I wish the villain had a bit more to do, because for the most part Diamond Dallas Page is standing in a for pretty much all of the movie, there's a scene where he's getting a massage, and then there's every other scene that he's in is in this parking garage. And I do wish that there was maybe an action scene could have happened there. It would have been nice to change the venue from inside the restaurant to into the car park. And that's kind of what happened with The Courier, because pretty much all the action in The Courier happened in that car park, but I didn't have an issue with that. But yeah, oh yeah, about the pros, the soundtrack, or the score. Ah, Lord, I lost it. Whatever. The score was really good. It was very like jazzy, very upbeat. It's like, it sounds like what would play in like a fun murder mystery, or like Clue. It kind of sounds like Clue music. Like if you played that song in the '85 movie Clue, then it would fit right at home. And I also like the opening animation. I saw who did it, but I can't remember who did it. If anyone ever involved in the production sees this, tell the animators they did a great job. That was a pretty cool opening sequence. But yeah, this film, even though I've always pushed for more independent type of film, you could still keep it independent, but I would have liked to have seen a more like action spectacular type of thing, like go all out on the gunfights and the explosions, maybe explode cars or something. I get it, this film's kind of a chamber action film, mostly takes place in one or two places or venues, but I do want to see this idea done on a bigger scale, like a like in a way like a PM Entertainment film is done. And if I have to say anything could have been added to the fight scenes and the shootouts, sorry about the sound, then I'd say they could have been a bit more bloody. When people get shot, they kind of just fall over. I do wish they went a bit out on the blood squibs or blood in general. But yeah, for the most part, this is just a really fun action comedy. I had no huge qualms with it. I hope this director, Zach Golden, gets to do more films. But yeah, I just oh yeah, and I'm gonna put the poster on the, sorry about that. And I'm gonna put the poster on the thing, but there you go. Olga's looking beautiful as ever. Oh Lord. Sorry about that. But yeah, if you see this anywhere, I think it's renting for $5 on Vudu, YouTube, all that stuff. So if you get the chance and see it there for the $5, I'd say go for it. It is a fun watch. I do think it's worth it. The 84 minutes goes by really quick, and yeah, it's just a fun way to spend a night. If I can recommend anything, if I can recommend an Olga Kurylenko action film, I'd recommend Momentum. That one was from 2015, starring Olga Kurylenko, James Purefoy, Morgan Freeman is in it. It does have a bit of a sequel bait ending, but for the most part it completes the story of the film. I do wish we got a sequel, but yeah. If I have to, and White Elephant from 2021 or 22. If I have to say a Don Johnson movie, this isn't action, but A Boy and His Dog from 1975, that is one of my favorite films ever. Where he has a talking dog and they're like going through this wasteland and all that. I do think that's a fantastic film. I hope more people will see it. But yeah, other than that, I had a great time with the film, and I hope other people will have fun with it as well. So, comment down below what you think. Did I do good on this? Did I do a good job doing this review? Anything y'all want me to watch, review? Maybe a commentary. We'll see. But yeah. Sorry. I'm Movie Reviewer Next Door, and see ya.